Look at Sal, I know you run down stocking in a wore out shoe. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Yeah, I walk down Elm, come up Main, trying to find a woman to ease my pain. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Yeah, that's a bluegrass song. I'm not playing it bluegrass style right now. We have some anniversaries tonight. After my little set here, we're going to have a little tribute to the radio show we all love called Grassroots. That once upon a time, back in the day, that was a pretty dyed-in-the-wool bluegrass program 35 years ago, but plays all kinds of music now, all the good stuff anyway. But Salty Dog Blues, here's an anniversary 50 years ago this very year, 1963. I was 9 years old, living down in Little Egypt down in southern Illinois. Son of professional hillbilly musicians. My brother brought home a bluegrass album. Not just a bluegrass album, the bluegrass album, Flatt and Scruggs at Carnegie Hall. Hi-fi edition, no stereo. Put it on the little turntable we had, the little record player we had. The first song out was Lester Flatt. Well, standing on the corner with a low down blues, great big hole bottom of shoe. Honey, let me be a salty dog. The only man that can sing like a dobro. Lester Flatt. And I'd never heard such a high-driven sound before, you know, because this was even before the Beverly Hillbillies, so I'd never heard Earl Scruggs play the banjo. I was just a kid. And I loved that Salty Dog Blues so much, I said, Wayne, play that again before you play the rest of the record. So he picked up the needle and played Salty Dog about 10 times in a row before we heard the second song on that album. So it's part of my DNA at this point. Well, down in the wild bush, sitting on a log, finger on trigger, high on a hog. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Well, pulled the trigger and the gun set go. Shot fell over in Mexico. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Salty dog, singing a song called Salty Dog. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Of course, some years later, I found out this song is a little older than bluegrass. First recording of it was Papa Charlie Jackson, the black man who played the six-string banjo back in 1925. His big verse was, big fish, little fish swimming in the water. Hey there, man, give me a quarter. Honey, let me be your salty dog. I think that worked when he was playing on the streets. Let me be your salty dog. I won't be your man at all. Salty dog, salty dog. Mississippi John Hurt used to do it too. With this thumb-picking style that's you hear all the way from the Mississippi Delta up to western Kentucky. Try to make your guitar sound like two people so you can make twice as much money. It sometimes works. Who said that? Then there's this verse. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Honey, let me be your salty dog. And the one that follows it. Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Yeah, that'll get you on Sesame Street. Salty dog, salty dog, salty dog, salty dog. Honey, let me be a salty dog. Play it one more time, Yeah, big fish, little fish swimming in the water, you heard my song, now pay me my quarter. Honey, let me be your solid dog. Oh, let me be your solid dog. I won't be your man at all. Honey, let me be your solid dog. Woo-hoo, solid dog. I'm a professional musician, you know, so I did write down all the songs I intend to sing tonight. Hey, Salty Dog was first. All right. All right. All right. Off to a good start there. Yeah, it's February, you know. It's the time of year for the solemn addresses. The State of the Union was this week. A couple of weeks ago was State of the State. State of the City. My little cat Buster delivered his State of the Litter Box address. Delivered it on the floor of the house, as a matter of fact. Made his feelings clear. So we got a president starting his second term. We got a governor starting the back half of his first term. We got all kinds of mayors. We got a mayor on his third trial down in Detroit. And I think we're down to one Illinois governor in prison now. Got to have one. We had two there for a while. This is a song I wrote a couple of years ago for all the politicians, whether they be the high muckety-mucks presidentes of foreign countries or school superintendents in Portage, whatever. This is for all of them. Little look back in history. What goes up comes down. What's in is later out. Cheers of adulation soon become an angry shout. One day you are the lion, the next day you're the goat. So as we raise a toast to you, prepare your antidote. Thank you, Mr. Socrates. So nice to have you here. The citizens of Athens have made their feelings clear. We so enjoy your dialogue, such questions that you ask. But you really must be going now. There's poison in the glass. Poison, poison, poison in the glass. A knife between the shoulder blades, a serpent in the grass. Poison, poison, poison in the glass. The cat's among the pigeons now, and poison's in the glass. To your wife, that superstitious thing. The Ides of March mean nothing. Rome is lovely in the spring. The senators will see you now if you will walk this way. Let Plutarch write your history. Let Shakespeare do the play. Poison, poison, poison in the glass. A knife between the shoulder blades, a serpent in the grass. Poison, poison, poison in the glass. The cat's among the pigeons now, and poison's in the glass. You're queen of all the Nile, but now you've got a situation. The enemy is at your door, you've heard his invitation. Caesar and Mark Antony and their brats that you begat. There's no one here to help you now, is there, Cleopatra? Poison, poison, poison in the asp, the knife between your bosom, or the serpent in your grasp. Poison, poison, poison in the grass, the cat's among the pigeons, and poison's in the glass. And you, my gentle audience, I pray take no alarm. You're here among your friends tonight. No one means you harm. So disregard this little verse. 'Tis but a silly song. Eat, drink, and be merry. What could possibly go wrong? Poison, poison, poison in the glass. A knife between the shoulder blades, a serpent in the grass. Poison, poison, poison in the glass. The cat's among the pigeons now, and poison's in the glass. There you go. Oh, thank you. Thanks for taking. I don't know. I was kind of waiting for a bird to come roost on that. Oh, birds. So the Poison in the Glass is on an album I did about 3 years ago. I have a few copies here. But I did an album since I played here last that I've never had a chance to actually do the songs from on this stage or actually in Kalamazoo. Travel a lot, play a lot of other places, but I decided to do what I've been threatening to do for years, which is to do an album of old folk songs. What I call a folk song is where who knows where it's from. And by that definition, everything is anonymously written. It was either written by somebody who didn't want to own up to it, or it was written by somebody who was proud of it, but people forgot who he was, or she who was. And sometimes they were just stolen from one person to another, kind of like that Salty Dog Blues thing. But here's one that this is obviously written by somebody. My parents, as I said, were professional hillbilly musicians back in the 30s, traveled all around playing fiddles and banjos and accordions and stuff like that, singing songs and making a good time and a little bit of money. But they were also raised on the farm, and in my mother's piano bench, once upon a time, I was looking for old songs, and she had the Grange hymnal, hymns from the Grange, the old farmer's Grange, which is kind of like a cooperative union, and back in the day, and it sort of joined with the progressive movement of about 1890, right in there. And they were pretty radical for their day, and this songbook was full of songs that you'd never heard before. This one has had a little popularity, and I still love this old song. I haven't changed it very much. I think it's still true today. Now when the farmer comes to town with his wagon broken down, the farmer is the one that feeds them all. If you'll only look and see, I'm sure you will agree that the farmer is the one that feeds them all. Yeah, the farmer is the man. The farmer is the man. He lives on credit till the fall. Then they take him by the hand and they auction off the land. and the middleman's the man that takes it all. The shopper stands around while the butcher cuts a pound, but the farmer is the one that feeds them all. And the preacher and the cook go strolling by the brook while the farmer is the one that feeds them all. Yeah, the farmer is the man, a woman or a man, lives on credit till the fall. At an interest rate so high, it's a wonder he don't die. And the banker is the one that takes it all. Governor says he's broke and the market's up in smoke. They forget that it's the farmer feeds us all. It would put them to the test if the farmer took a rest. Then they'd know that he's the one that feeds them all. Yeah, the farmer is the man. The farmer is the man. Lives on credit till the fall. His pants are wearing thin. His condition, it's a sin. He's forgot that he's the one that feeds them all. Yeah, don't forget that it's the farmer feeds us all. Thank you. That fine guitar I'm playing tonight was made by Brian Gallup, the same fellow that built the guitar you could have for just pennies on the dollar over there if you get the right ticket. It only takes one. Of course, you do edge up your chances if you buy a few. And this here banjo was also made in Michigan. I just got this last year from my good friend Bart Ryder, who makes banjos for a living. Yes, indeed, he makes banjos for a living, folks. And guess what? I play banjos for a living. I tell you, what a world. Of course, they want to hear a guitar once in a while. So all my instruments are Michigan made tonight. Here's an old one, an old song that, again, is anonymous because it's been around for so darn long. And it's got a lot of titles the way a lot of those good old tunes do. They get different titles from different people. Sometimes this is called Rye Whiskey. Or in Ireland, they call it the Moonshiner. Call it Jack of Diamonds. The verses always involve gambling, horses, wagons sometimes. The Wagoneer's lad, that's another name for this one. And, of course, drinking. Did I mention the drinking? Yeah. But one of my favorite titles was old Tommy Jarrell used to play this on the fiddle. He called it the Drunken Hiccups. And he made his fiddle do the hiccups, but I make my banjo do the hiccups. I haven't had a drink in weeks, friends, but my banjo is slightly tipsy. So if it hiccups, don't blame me. I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long ways from home. And if you can't square that, just leave me alone. I eat when I'm hungry and I drink when I'm dry. Hard liquor don't get me, gonna live till I die. Rye whiskey, whiskey, it's a whiskey I cry. If I don't get my whiskey, I surely will die. Jack of diamonds, I know you old knave. You robbed me of silver and all that I crave. My horses ain't hungry, they won't eat your hay. So I pocket my bottle and be on my way. Rye whiskey, 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 I cry. If I don't get my whiskey, gonna curl up and die. If the river was whiskey and I was a duck, I'd swoop to the bottom and never come up. But that river ain't whiskey, I sure ain't no duck. So I'll pick on my banjo and trust to my luck. Rye whiskey, whiskey, it's a whiskey I cry. If I don't get my whiskey, gonna lay down and die. Rye whiskey, it's a whiskey, that is my design. If I could just lose these hiccups, I'd be doing just fine. Now them preachers don't like me, they say I'm no good. They'd put me in Hades for a tug on a jug. But that devil won't catch me, and I tell you what, I'm gonna wrestle that rascal, put his tail in a knot. Rye whiskey, it's a whiskey, it's a whiskey I cry. Well, if I felt any better, I'd sprout wings and fly. Rye whiskey, it's a whiskey, it's a whiskey I cry. If you don't give me my whiskey, farewell, goodbye. Oh, rye whiskey. Old Tex Ritter used to do that song quite well. Did a real slow, drunken cowboy version of it. Rye whiskey, whiskey I cry. Another anniversary to celebrate here, personal anniversary. 3 years ago yesterday, Valentine's Day. My wife and I brought home a new dog, rescued from a terrible situation in another city. Brought her home, she's been with us 3 years. Little Australian Shepherd named Tilly. This is an old-time banjo fiddle tune that one of those old mountain hard driving modal tunes. I'll get there. That I'll send out to the dog. My wife's here in the audience. I'm on stage. Our dog is waiting for us anxiously. And I'm sure she's on the couch. This is for Tilly. It's an old tune called Pretty Little Dog. Here. Here's your chance. Pretty little dog. Somebody, yes I do love somebody, yes I do love somebody, yes I do love somebody, but I won't say who. Big grasshopper sitting on a sweet potato vine, grasshopper sitting on a sweet potato vine, grasshopper sitting on a sweet potato vine. Along comes the chicken, says he's mine now. It's life or death out there in the garden. Lucy, don't make that baby cry. haircut? Don't you want to go? Going to get a haircut. Don't you want to go? Going to get a haircut. Don't you want to go? You could use a little trim if I do say so. Love somebody, yes I do. Love somebody, yes I do. Love somebody, yes I do. Love somebody, but I won't say who. I was bragging on this guitar. I thought I'd play a little something on it. Some of you, I saw last December. I had a new album out then called Parlor Guitar Christmas, and did a big show at the Baptist Church here. And playing Christmas stuff on the guitar, and just instrumentally, no need to sing at all. And there was an album of that stuff, and it harkens back to an earlier record I did 5 or 6 years ago, just called Parlor Guitar, in which I took a bunch of great old tunes, 20-something tunes that were all from the early days, before they invented microphones, and guitars were only heard up close and personal in small rooms, and some would say that's where they belong. But we're amplified now. I can play to hundreds of people all at the same time. What do you know? But here's a little medley of a few of those great old tunes. Something like that. Thank you. Thank you so much. It was, of course, Paper Doll by Johnny S. Black, and You Made Me Love You by Monaco, a guy named Monaco, and then Al Jolson supposedly gave us Avalon there at the end. Now, here's a song, getting down to the end of the show here for me. I just got a couple more for you. And the reaching in back in the old song bag for this one. I wrote this song about 25 years ago, and still enjoy it. I wrote this to the story of an old Roman fable. You know, the Romans had a god for everything, different god for every purpose, and they often had them in sets. And they had a set of goddesses, one for truth and one for falsehood. And the story was that they always hung out together. Where you'd see truth, you'd see falsehood. The moment someone said something true, you could see the lie in there somewhere, and some outright lie had a little bit of truth in it. You know, there's a good reason for those old fables. And so they got along swimmingly, truth and falsehood, until one day. Now, truth and falsehood were the best of friends. That's the way this little story begins. Way back yonder when the world was young, these two girls went out to have some fun. And that's the naked truth. That's the naked truth. That's the naked truth. You know I wouldn't lie to you. Now, you could always tell truth by the dress she wore. It was a long flowing gown way down to the floor, silky, silky, pearly white, a little lace collar that she buttoned up tight. And that's the naked truth. Falsehood, on the other hand, she wore a dress of red. Yeah. Tight, sassy little number, turn your head, a fishnet stockings and the high heel pumps, a slit up the side, make a dead man jump, and that's the naked truth. Well, these two good-looking, fun-loving gals, did I tell you they were the best of pals? Yeah, they decided to go skinny dipping one day. Strip buff naked and they swam away. Well, that's when falsehood cooked up her wicked idea. She said, truth, honey, you just keep swimming now. Here, I'm gonna sit up on the beach, get me a little sun. That's how the trouble begun. You see, because falsehood put on that dress of white. She buttoned it up, buttoned it up, buttoned it up tight. She laughed to herself. She said, wait till people see. They'll think it's truth coming, and it's gonna be me. Well, then truth come out of the water, a dripping wet. Took one look at falsehood. She said, is this the thanks I get? I take off my dress for one tiny little minute. I turn around. There's my best friend in it. Falsehood said, you don't get the joke. Here's the setup. I wear your clothes. Now you get into my get-up. Truth said, girl. That won't do. I'd rather go naked than be mistaken for you. And that's the naked truth. Yes, that's the naked. Yeah, that's why we call her Naked Truth. You know I wouldn't lie to you. Nudus veritas. Well, that's the way it is. To this very day, something looks a little too good, you better just walk away. Because a pretty little dress can cover up a lie. But truth goes naked, she's got nothing to hide. And that's the naked truth. Warts and all, it's the naked truth. Yeah, she's a little lumpy these days, but we call her naked truth. Yeah. That's the naked truth, you know I wouldn't lie. I wouldn't lie to you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I got one last song to sing for you here before I go. Remind you, don't scoot off too far. When I'm done, of course, got them CDs you can take a look at over there and take a little bit of me home with you if you like. I'll take a little bit of you home with me. That's what we call free trade, yeah. But don't go too far, because right after I'm done, there's going to be a little bit of a celebration tribute to the wonderful radio show called Grassroots. That we all wouldn't be the same community without it. I've lived here for 17 years or so now. I used to live up in another part of Michigan, and 35 years ago I put my very first record out. Came out in the fall of '77. I was playing at a new record in the spring of '78, and I called it Grassroots. Never heard of the radio show. I just thought that's a good name. And people thought I was that old rock and roll band. Yeah. But here's a song that I love to sing this as my last song because it's a nice way to say so long. I'll be around tomorrow at noon with three of my favorite guitar players. Dean McGraw, who was sitting right here a few minutes ago playing crazy guitar with the accordion player. Man, Dean's one of my favorite guitar players of all time. I've been a fan of his for a long, long time. And well, you can read all about it in the program. But we're going to have four great guitar players banging it out at noon downstairs. And then at 1:30, I'll be part of the community sing right here in this room for an hour and a half. We're going to do some great old songs that everybody can sing on. This one's a song I wrote a couple of years ago called Shine. Now way down yonder, down in the cotton patch bottom land, where mosquitoes hatch a lightning bug, was cutting a rug, dancing all around like a drunk with a jug. I said, hey, little firefly, don't you have better fish to fry? He said to me, wherever I be, gotta let my little light shine. So shine, a little light you gotta shine. Into the night you gotta take off the lid. I'm telling you, kid, what's the use of glowing if you're keeping it hid? Shine, make a night of it, shine. Don't be fighting it, turn it around. Love can be found, but you gotta let your little light shine. One rainy night down in New Orleans, Jackson Square, by the river bend, a man with a drum was making it hum, beating out a rhythm till his fingers are numb. I said, hey, nobody's listening, call it a day. Why don't you pack it in? He said to me, wherever I be, gotta let my little light shine. Oh, shine, a little light you gotta shine. Into the night you gotta take off the lid. I'm telling you, kid, what's the use of glowing if you're keeping it hid? Shine, Make a night of it shine. Don't be fighting it, turn it around. Love can be found, but you gotta let your little light shine. And when you're all alone and you're feeling blue, no one seems to understand what you do. You're singing your part alone in the dark. Well, don't you know that everything starts with a spark? Shine like a chandelier, shine. Light it up in here, let them all see. Wherever you be, you gotta let your little light shine. Oh, shine, the little light you got to shine. Into the night you gotta take off the lid. I'm telling you, kid, what's the use of glowing if you're keeping it hid? Shine, make a night of it shine. Don't be fighting it, turn it around. Love can be found, but you gotta let your little light shine. Shine, the little light you got shine. Into the night you gotta take off the lid. Telling you, kid, what's the use of glowing if you're keeping it hid? Shine, make a night of it shine. Don't be fighting it, turn it around. Love can be found, but you gotta let your little light shine. Turn it around. Love can be found, but you gotta let your little light shine. Stick around, we still got Detour coming up too. Hey, you.